Hi dear children, we have completed the first lesson in grade 9, the fun they had, and we'll go for the exercise. Hope you all have done the question answer part I have shared with you, and now we'll go for the grammar part. We are going to learn about adverbs. What is an adverb actually? You might have learned about adjectives and adverbs in the previous classes till grade 8. And now an adverb is a word which is assisting or supporting a verb. An adjective is a word which is describing the noun. And how to make an adverb is very simple actually. Adding an ly to an adjective. That is very simple. An ly plus adjective is equal to an adverb. That is a simple solution. Do you want an example? You have enough examples given in the textbook itself. I have shared you the text. Go for page number 11. There you have enough examples. For example, awful. A-W-F-U-L. Awful. And plus ly equals F-U-L-L-Y, awfully. This is an adjective and this is an adverb. Okay? That is the very simple way how we have to make an adverb. Take an adjective and add an ly. That is the simplest way how to make an adverb. Hope you are clear about it. Now let's see. There is an exceptional case actually. Simply adding ly may not be working. For example, the adjective angry. How can we make an adverb from this adjective? Of course, this y will change into I and then ly will happen. Understood? How will it happen? A-N-G-R-I-L-Y, angrily. This is an adjective and this is an adverb. The same way, happy. H-A-P-P-Y. Here, L-Y, I-L-Y. H-A-P-P-I-L-Y, happily. This is an adjective and this is an adverb. Hope you understood this very clearly, and here we have some exercise in page number 11. The first one is to fill in the blanks using the correct adverb given in the box. You have 8 questions here. All the 8 questions, the answers are given here. You have to pick them correctly and write them here. Okay, the first one I will help you with. The first sentence is, the report must be read carefully so that performance can be improved. So the first one I have done, all the other 7 you have to do now. Okay, and then comes an adverb describing an action. I told you in the beginning, isn't it? An adjective is describing a noun and an adverb is describing an action, supporting an action. That's what is an adverb. Hope you are clear about an adverb. And for you, there is another exercise which is very clearly asking you to make adverbs from adjectives which are ending with a Y. There are a lot here. 8 of them are here. You have to do them like this, changing the Y into I and adding ly. Right? Clear? Yes, of course, all the ones are here. Angry I have already done here. Happy also is already done here. All the other things you have to do it. When you are doing it, be very sure that you are changing the Y into I and then adding ly. Don't do it like this. A-N-G-R-Y-L-Y. This is wrong actually, okay? Don't do it like this at any cost. Be very sure that you are changing the Y into I and adding ly. Okay? That is the rule of making adverb from adjectives. You have learned about adjectives, right? If you have any doubt, you can come to me during the interaction session, okay? And I'll share you some exercise also during the interaction session, some worksheets and exercise I'll share you regarding the adverb session. And you have to do that. Make sure that you are carrying a notebook for your grammar part separately other than for the literature. Now you are expected to carry 3 notebooks actually. One for the main literature book, that is this one, the Beehive, and there is another textbook, the supplementary reader. For that also you have to carry 1 notebook, and for the grammar part you have to carry another notebook. That's what is the thing. And because every time we will be giving enough and more exercise and worksheets to you, you have to do all of them. Make sure that you are doing all of them. That will be a direct practice to your board exams. Those pattern, those type questions will be given after every grammar class. I'll be supporting you with enough and more materials, and I'll be helping you with the answers also during the interaction time or maybe in the next session. Okay? Now, the second topic is if not or unless. You all know that if is a conditional clause. You all might have learned about if. And here we are going to learn about if not or unless. They are used in the same situation but with a slight difference. If is used in the same sentence, in the same situation with slight difference, because when we are using if, we have to use a negative note also, but in the sentence when we are using unless, we don't want to use a negative there. Okay? And when we are writing a sentence, for example, there are some sentences given in the text. I'll read the first sentence for you. You will feel awful if you don't finish your history lesson. You will feel awful. You will feel if you don't finish your history lesson. Now, what is the speciality of this sentence? Can you please find out some speciality? Can you please understand? Yes, of course, there are 2 parts for the sentence. There are actually one is before if and the second one is with if. Now listen, you will feel awful if you don't finish your history lesson. Now the first part, you will feel awful. You can understand here this is in the future tense. Okay? The first part which is telling about a possibility. This is telling about a possibility. This may happen if this is not done. That's it. If the second part is telling about a condition, you are going on with a present tense. The verb is in present tense in the second part which states about a condition. And the possibility is said in the first part, and this part is carrying a future tense word. Hope you understood the difference what we are doing and how we have to use all these things. And here you are having some exercise. So when you are using this, you said if not or unless. Now let us go for unless. Instead of if not, we can use unless. How we can use it? Let us see. Unless you finish your history lessons. Now what do you understand? The sentence pattern has not changed. If you are using if not or unless, the part which is telling about a possibility will be in the future tense. The verb will be in future tense for the part which shows about the possibility, and at the same time the part which says about a condition will be in the present tense. The verb in this part will be present tense, and in the same sentence you can see two tense forms mixed very beautifully. That's the beauty of English language actually. Now you have to understand, when we are using unless, we don't want to go for using a negative. Did you notice that? When we use if, we have used the not also to make sure that the condition is very clearly expressed. But at the same time, when we used unless, we haven't used a negative in the sentence. Without using the negative itself, the sentence was perfectly alright and it was quite good. Hope you are clear with it. If you have any doubts, you can come to me during the interaction session. Okay? And then in page number 12, there are some exercise which you have to fill with, and the sentences are starting with the conditional clause if or unless. The condition part is coming first, and the second part you have to fill with the possibilities. Hope you understood all these things. The two parts which we have discussed today are the adverbs and if not or unless. And while we are thinking about adverbs, there is a small point again to be told. What is the adverb of good? Is good an adverb or an adjective? That's my question. Do you think good is an adverb or an adjective? Yes, of course, good is always an adjective. And what is the adverb of good? Yes, well. Well is the adverb of good actually. Okay? This is the adjective and this is the adverb. And some other words which we have to use by reasonable. That's an adjective. And when we are adding ly, reasonably, that will turn into an adverb. I told you, simply adding an ly also, an adjective will be turned into an adverb. Now, I am going to wind up the session today. Hope you understood the lesson very clearly. If you have any doubts, you can come to me with the doubts during the interaction session. And soon after this, I'll be sharing enough and more worksheets for you. Be very sure that you are attempting all the worksheets and doing them, clearing the doubts, checking the answers which I am sharing. Make sure that you are doing all of them properly, that you will be getting a wonderful result, and at the same time you will be getting such a beautiful command over the language also. Hope you understood it very well. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay? Thank you. Have a nice day.